All right, so finally again, I get to catch up with Renaldo Holder. He's one of my first guests actually that I happened to interview a very long time ago. And seeing you right now at the stage right now, you got your own horse now, finally,
Again,
from a baby.
again.
Um, what's the year been like so far for you? Because I know you've got a little bit of ammunition this year.
Yeah, we got some ammunition. So far the year's been off to a slow start. Everything's going good. Everything's going to plan. We never really had nothing spotted to run early in the year. Got a bunch of maiden 3-year-olds on race. Got 1 or 2 sprinters, but like Adelaide Court, I was looking to get him early. He had a little setback. That's what he just ran 2 weeks ago. Finished a real good second for 25. But yeah, we got a nice little barn, 10 horses this year, 2 I own. We got the Barbados Coolmore winner, Pat Slow Machine here as well. Prepping him for the Turf Endurance Series. And yeah, again, as I say, it's been off to a slow start. I've had 4 starters so far, 1 second, but everything else is like there's room to improve. Still got 6 months left. Still some work to do, some more fine tuning to do, some more figuring out. Because again, it's a game where horses will tell you different things. You know, you gotta listen to the horses, figure out what they want to do, what they really want. So that's where we are. These first start or 2 is just, you know, the guidelines to see exactly where we are heading. But we're off to a good start, and I'm feeling quite positive and confident about my barn so far this year.
Well, they say it's relatively early.
Yeah, it's relatively early. Well, some people it's late because we're halfway in the season, right? There's 6 months already. But for me, it's early for us because we just start running. And as you said, it got some stock, some decent stock, I think. So you just got to take our time and get them ready the right way and put them in the right races. And as Patrick Husband would always say, let the horses do the talking after that, right?
I know there was a time when you were telling me, you know, Derek, you think that you might retire.
Well,
how has that changed?
Well, I had to stop riding for 2 years due to some health issues, concussions and stuff. I started back a year and a half. This will be my second full year back. It's going good. I mean, horse racing is a drug, you know. As long as I'm healthy, I'm strong, I'm gonna keep going. I ride anything between 8 to 15 horses a day. That includes mine, and I'm assistant trainer for Carlos Grant. He has 23 horses, I have 10, so that's 33 horses between 2 barns. So yeah, it keeps me busy, it keeps me going.
I gotta tell you, Ronaldo, because I admire your work ethic, because you've got some of the most energy I've ever seen in a human being.
Well,
there's nobody else that I've seen with that amount of energy ever.
Well, you see, there's only so much time. Like, I know a lot of people say that you get here from 4 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that, but no matter how early you get here or how late you leave, the most important factor for the racetrack is training. And we only have 4.5, 5 hours total to train between the tracks. So my whole thing is, from the time I get here and my groundwork is done, it's just go. I ride, and when I'm done riding, I'm back on the ground again. As you see, it's finishing up stalls, finishing up the walkers. I just finished my shed. I'll rake up out here shortly, set my feeds for the afternoon, and then yeah, we'll take a break.
I mean, like, to be honest, like, when we see horse racing, and we see, like, I was watching Saratoga yesterday, right? We see the faces in Saratoga, we see the guys in the suits and everything else. Now, a lot of times people don't get to see, like, behind the scenes, like, all these guys.
The normalness, right?
The normalness of
Yeah.
horse racing.
They see the
kind of work that is involved in horse racing. Is there anything you want to add to that, like, just to let people know, hey, look, there's a real world out here?
Well, it is. It's time consuming, but it's something you have to have love and passion for, right? Once you got the love and the passion for it, the time really doesn't matter. You don't realize when the time is gone. You know, you get here, you start working or corresponding with your hobby. Because for most of us, it's a paid hobby. We love this, you know. And I always think a job is something that you just do to get paid. A hobby is something that you'll do no matter what, if you get paid or not, because that's your enjoyment. That's what we do here. We get paid to enjoy ourselves. I should really be saying this, right? You know, it's a paid job of enjoyment for those that do take it serious and really have the love and passion for it. And I honestly not quite sure what else I'll be doing right now.
Well, that's very honest of you.
I've thought about different things, and I can do anything else, and I still think that this has to be a part of my daily routine, my daily life, because there's a connection with the horses. Whether it's me just riding, grooming, training. As you know, I wear a lot of hats. You know.
Yeah, you do wear a lot of hats.
I work the gates at Ajax. I'm a outrider at Ajax. So
I didn't know that part about.
Yeah,
you.
so I valet at Ajax. I'm a pony rider at Ajax, and I'm a starter. I work the gates at Ajax. So usually, like today, I would have gone for schooling, but take it easy because I had a bunch of workers and stuff here.
When did that all happen?
I've been doing that since 2008.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I've been doing it for. I've been at Ajax from that new track open.
How did you find time for that?
Again, as I said, usually I would have left here about 11 o'clock this morning on Sundays to go there for schooling. But we had a bunch of workers, so I just stayed back to make sure everybody here is good. Wednesdays is races, so we'll leave here about 12 o'clock and I'll head there. And when that's done, I'll be back here again. So yeah, it's just keep yourself busy, keep yourself active, keep yourself occupied.
I actually got to put myself at Ajax. But when is the best time to
Wednesday.
On Wednesdays?
Wednesday. Races start at 1:30. Yeah, first race usually starts at 1:30. We should have about 6 or 7 races this week. We had a cancellation the last week because of the rain. So it's a nice environment. Nice environment.
I definitely got to find myself down there.
Speed.
I really have to. You just told me earlier that you have the Barbados Coolmore winner with you here.
Yeah.
Pat Sewing Machine.
Pat Sewing Machine.
How's the horse been training?
Training pretty good. He's training pretty good. We're getting him ready for the Turf Endurance Series. So he's probably going to run his first race next week. That gives me enough time in between races so he's ready for the Turf Endurance Series. But other than that, he's training well. He just had to work in a minute and change yesterday. Came out to work, looked awesome. He looks fantastic. So I'm actually pretty excited and chomping on a bit to see him run.
Well, I know when people see the horse entered and they'll see trainer as Holder. It won't be the Holder.
It won't be the Holder that had him in Barbados, but it'll be another Holder.
Another Holder
trying to do just as good or better things.
Well, this horse is becoming quite a traveler.
Yeah, he is, and so far it seems like he's handling the traveling because I wasn't working with him in Barbados directly, but I was working the gates in Barbados when he went down, and when he came down, he looked like he handled the shipping and everything well. He kept his weight. He's back here and he looks fantastic. I mean, he looks fantastic.
No, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Mr. Lynch will be very happy to hear that as well.
And I think he'll be a lot happier to see when the results start coming in. That's what makes everybody more happy, right? The physical looks and everything that's good, but the results is what makes everybody say, well, as good as he looks, and you put the results, then the whole package is there, and that's what we're working on, getting the whole package, getting them healthy and looking good in the barn, and to the winner's circle over the front side.
That's great to hear. I gotta ask you this question about Barbados, and I understand that you were helping the gate crew in Barbados organize or something?
Yeah, due to Rosette Pierce, and I give her lots of thanks for that. I've worked with her and Robert Pierce from he was in Canada. So when I went home, she asked me if I would like to come and help out with the schooling for the gates, because she knows I do it both here and at Ajax. And it was an honor. It was an honor. It was a thrill to do. I think the guys kind of got the hang of what we were trying to explain to them. Just one or two little tweaks to help things go easier, because the guys in Barbados really do a good job in Barbados. I got Mark Batson, you got Damien Simpson, those guys there, they know the horses, they do the best with what they have. So me being able to add a little bit, because not much to change, just add a little bit more insights to what's going on, made things run a lot smoother, and you can see the guys were really in tune and appreciating it.
No, I gotta tell you, because when I watch races in Barbados, I realized that the horses are going into the gate a lot more faster now, and the races are starting on time.
That was the biggest thing that we had, because like Barbados has gone international, right, in terms of people watching races all over the world. And me myself, I watch races almost every race day, as long as I'm not tied up. And it was puzzling me for a while why the horses were taking so long to go in the gates, and once I got home and I sat down and I observed what was going on, I was able to then introduce a different system to the guys to make it a little easier. And as you said, from watching it, I would honestly think and be proud to say that they've kept on the little training that they learned, because you're seeing it, as you said, you're watching the horses, they're going in faster, races are running on time, and that's a big part of anything you want: punctuality, professionalism, and it's unfolding. It's unfolding in the right direction.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, and I definitely appreciate that, because watching the races and seeing down to post time, and then it takes like 2, 3, 4 minutes before it go, it's very frustrating.
Yeah,
for
because every race that delays is another thing, right? You delay the first race, then you're delayed for the second, then you're delayed for the third. So it's a big pushback, right? Literally in horse racing, every second counts. You miss the track by a second or a minute, and that's a half hour that you have gone, because you can't get to that track, you got to go somewhere else, right? So it's the same thing in racing. Some tracks, like in North America, where we use laces and different medications, a half hour or hour throws the previous race off. So sometimes you will see like they have, like if we have bad weather and we have 2 delays for a lengthy time, they're going to cancel the rest of the races. And that's because the medication and the laces and everything that you're on, it's a time schedule, right? So if you're pushing off your time by too far, then realistically whatever you have received for the race is no longer beneficial. So then they will cancel the race if the times are going by too far. But other than that, they've been doing a good job. Even here, they're doing a very good job with what they have to work with. You know, horses change all the time. Horses' temperaments change. You can have a horse go to the gates today and walk right in like an absolute lamb, and then the next time he goes there, he's like, not today. So
makes a lot of sense.
You know,
makes a lot of sense.
It's always, everything goes on the day. That's it.
Now, I remember the last time we spoke, and you know, are you fully in now, completely? I know you're mentally horse racing, the galloping and stuff like that. Are you good now?
I'm good. I'm 100% of being back. I honestly feel better than I could pretty much say ever.
So what changed?
I don't know. I think the time that I had to take off from riding and just spend a little more time with myself to heal. By the time I came back to riding, I felt 10 times better, smaller than I normally am. The brain is working good. The clock is there. And I'm just generally happy. That's it. You know, I'm generally happy. I'm not in no pain. I'm not in no distress. So it makes my job just a breeze through, you know.
So I know you say smaller than you normally are. So
I'm a tall guy and usually, but I've been trimming down, and it's not by working out or anything. I'm just healthy. So just healthy for being ever.
That's interesting, because for me it's the same thing too. I mean, like I'm like 160. And
I'm probably about there right now.
And quite a few years ago, maybe about 9 years ago, I was like 185. And for me, I feel a lot better with losing that weight. So
yeah,
I guess
it keeps you more free, you know. It keeps you mentally and physically free. It keeps you happy. So, and this is not even me going to the gym. As you see, this is me just being at work every day, up and down, riding 8 to 10, 15 horses a day. It's non-stop.
Now, I want to tell you something, because I was like sick for the last 2 weeks, and it's a blessing to be out here. I feel a lot better being out here talking to you guys. But you know, like I always think about you guys. Like I was sick, I couldn't come around here. Do you guys ever get sick?
Man, I can be honest with you, and I can try to be honest with myself. I think for this year so far, I've had to miss 1 day work for this year. But other than that, even if I'm sick, as long as I can get up and I'm able to move, you will find me here. I've come to work with broken ribs, broken cheekbones in my head. So as long as I'm able to move, I just keep moving.
Oh man, you know, it's something that I think about in the morning. I was like, man, I'm sick. I wonder if these guys are still, these guys are here no matter what. Like the horses need you guys.
That's it. That's you just hit it right there. They need us, right? If we're not here, they can't take care of themselves. And honestly, I get it some days. Like that day I was sick. I was real sick. My chest was cramping and everything. And I got it, and I got to work. I came to work, I started my boss car. Guy look at me. He's like, "You don't look right." I said, "Nah, I don't feel right." He says, "Go home." But I was already here. Again, I did leave and go home. By the time I got home, 10 o'clock, I was back here. He's like, "What are you doing back here?" You know, I just came back to see what, you know, to finish up my barn and what's not. But my guys already had everything done. But it's in your head.
Yeah.
You know, you automatically think, oh, the horses need to be taken care of. Things need to be done. So you just get up and go.
It's a work that gotta be done.
Gotta be done. Somebody gotta do it.
Hey, look, I want to be there when the big horse runs. Hopefully next week I'll be there. So
yeah, I think his race is on the 26th.
26.
It's on the 26th. I just have to keep the calendars in my head.
Okay.
It's a Friday, so it's,
okay.
Yeah.
I might not be here then if it's a Friday. So
I think his race. I'm more sure his race is a Friday. I might be wrong, but I know it's the 26th.
But I'll keep watching. And seeing. Maybe you never know, right? Things do happen. So
and
hey, look.
At this point, he should be my next runner. He should be my next runner.
And let's talk about your baby. Well, not so much a baby anymore,
he's
but
still a baby. But
you were really proud and very excited to see the horse run the other day.
Derek, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been training now. What we at? 11 years. I've had my trainer's license for 11 years. I've never been nervous. I've never had nerves and jitters like I did this week. And it wasn't so much about the race he was going in or anything like that. It was just, I was nervous based on the journey. I've never bought 2 babies before. I was always scared. I told you that in my always scared about bad babies because it's a long process, you know. It's time consuming, it's money consuming, but we did it, ended with 2. None of them ran last year, so. And then he came this year and he ran, he finished down the field. But results are one thing, but when you watch into the race to see the details of how he ran, I was proud. You know, I had a first time starter, he leaves the gates, breaks a little slow, tugs up to the lead, and there's 4 horses across the line. You know, the 4 abreast, and they're having their way going across the back stretch. He cut out at the top of the lane. I got a solid 5 furlongs out of him. He came back, as you see him walk past you, like he's unfazed, he's unbothered. So, for me, having that, call that a proud father. I was proud. He did everything professionally. He made it to the races. The jitters are over, and we just go for the next race.
Now time to get to business.
That's it. You know, we got that one out. So now I got an idea of what he might like or what I actually want from him next time. Because it's kind of hard to give too many instructions or details on a horse that you don't know what they want or what you're gonna do. So you go there, have a safe, enjoyable experience for a race first time out, and then you make the adjustment second time.
I remember earlier you told me horse racing is like a drug. So after this horse ran its race the other day, do you feel like there's another needle being stuck inside of you, pushing that drug further deep down?
Yeah, because now I have the other one to go. You know, I have 2 of mine, and he just ran, and I have my filly Breeze this morning, her 5th work, and she's getting ready to run. My goal for her is to have her ready for a plate weekend. So she'll be ready with the first 2 weeks of August. He'll probably be ready to run, but he'll be running back around that time also.
Is that big, like to have your horses running on those big event days?
Well, it is. I actually try to avoid it because it's a lot busier days for young horses running for the first time. You got the whole crowds and everything. My game plan is timing. So the timing that I have for plate weekend is not necessarily to say I can run her plate day, but that's a scheduling time, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, any around those 4 days in the racing that I'm aiming for, based on how the condition book is set up. If it happens to be on plate day, well, we can roll with the punches. And the greatest thing that can happen, she could go there, she could fire on plate day and make herself look really, really, really nice. You go in on plate day as a maiden, you know, there's lots of eyes. Who knows?
Yeah, that would be awesome, man.
That good for her, good for me. More business, right?
Well, absolutely. You know, this season is a long season. You got 6 more months to go.
6 more months to go. Couple of winners to rack up. So I'm excited for the last half of the season. That's the truth. I'm really excited because, again, as I said, I try to work off the condition book. So usually in the beginning of the season, I'll wait till the first condition book comes out, and I'll kind of get a guideline of how the races are setting up, how to set up per horse. You know, so I know this horse breaks, that horse goes long, and I go through the condition book and try to get a rhythm to see our idea how the next book is going to flow. I've been doing that for the last couple of years. It's been working for me, which is why I was able to spot all these horses where I wanted them from the very beginning, because you know, knowing my horses' past performances and knowing what they like and what they prefer, it's easy to sit down in the beginning of the year and say, okay, I'm going to prep this one for 7 furlongs, I'm going to prep this one for 6 furlongs, because you know what they want to do. And that was my game plan from the beginning. It worked. It has been working. It has been working. We haven't had the win yet, but the horses are getting into the races I need them to get in, and they're coming along.
It is a lot of work that is involved in horse racing, man.
It doesn't stop. As you can see, we have the team here. We go non-stop. We got team riders, grooms. I got my assistant Damien, my sheriff foreman, the other Damien. You know, we got riders, groups. So we just keep going. We work together, and the great thing, we all work together.
And Renaldo, best wishes this year, man. I hope that everything goes to plan.
Very much appreciated, and I hope so too.
Respect, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much,
Every
Shaq.
time.
And we can try to win some races and get back on the show by the end of the year.